Imbel is an acronym for Indústria de Material Bélico do Brasil, a Brazilian state company, founded in 1975 as a quango of the Ministry of Defence. Its missions are to cooperate in the planning and production of war material through the transfer of technology, encouraging the creation of new industries and provide financial and technical assistance to them, administer their own industrial and commercial park of war material, and promote development for other activities related to the goals. History. Imbel was founded on July 16, 1934, in the city of Itajuba, Minas Gerais, Brazil. The original factory was designated Fábrica de Canos e Sabres para Armas Portáteis and later as Fábrica de Itajuba, which directly involved the Brazilian army in the production of military material. On July 14, 1975, the Law No. 6227 created Indústria de Material Bélico do Brasil, Imbel, linked to the Ministry of the Army and with defined policies to promote based on private initiative, deployment and development of the war material industry of interest to the Army. Later the concept and policies were expanded to promote the military material industry in Brazil. The military material industry has expanded and specialized to the point of receiving international recognition, with research work, design and implementation done by the Itajuba plant. It was initially involved in manufacturing Mauser rifles products. IA-2, a new rifle designed to be the replacement for their FALs. It uses many polymer parts and a redesigned bolt. It has a low recoil and passed the rigid test imposed by Brazilian Army. The rifle is still being evaluated by the Brazilian Navy and the Brazilian Air Force. MD2 and MD3 rifles, a licensed copy of the FN FAL called the Fusil Automático Leve manufactured by FI. Brazil took a delivery of a small number of FN-made FAL rifles for evaluation as early as 1954. Troop field testing was performed on FN-made FALs between 1958 and 1962. In 1964, Brazil officially adopted the rifle, designating the rifle M964 for the year. Licensed production started shortly afterwards at Imbel in the Itajuba plant. The folding stock version was designated M969A1. By the late 1980s to early 1990s, Imbel had manufactured some 200,000 M964 rifles. Most Brazilian-made FALs are characterized by their slab-sided late-type receivers with external lightning cuts omitted, a feature which simplifies production and lowers cost. Early FN-made FALs for Brazil are typical FN 1964 models with Type 1 or Type 2 receivers, plastic stock, handguard, and pistol grip, 22mm cylindrical flash hider for grenade launching, and plastic Model D carrying handle. A heavy barrel version, known as the FAP, was also produced for the armed forces, to be used as a squad automatic weapon. FAL variants. Brazil also makes its own FAL variants, known as the MD2 and MD3 assault rifles, manufactured by Imbel. The first prototype, the MD1, appeared around 1983. In 1985, the MD2 was presented and adopted by the Brazilian Armed Forces. The MD2-MD3 is very similar to the FAL, the main design differences being the locking system, which was replaced by an M16-type rotating bolt, and its chambering for the 5.56 x 45mm NATO cartridge. The MD2 and MD3 use M16 compatible magazines. The MD2 features a side folding stock, and the MD3 uses the same fixed polymer stock as the FAL. 48 Saudi Riyals. Imbel produced a semi-automatic version of the FAL for Springfield Armory, Inc., which was was marketed in the US as the -48 Saudi riyals and -4,800 Saudi riyals. Starting in the mid-1980s, Imbel-made receivers have been much in demand among American gunsmiths building FALs from parts kits. Early SA-48s were simply selective fire M964 FALs which were modified to semi-auto only by replacing the safety sear with a thick washer soldered in its place. Imbel MD2A1, a 9mm submachine gun adaptation of the MD2 rifle. A Tajuba Model 954 Mosquiteo, a derivative of the Gewehr 43. A Tajuba Model 968 Mosquifal, a derivative of the Mauser 98. The Imbel MD97 assault rifle family was developed to replace Imbel MD2 and MD3 rifles that were in use with the Brazilian military. The MD97 is based on the MD2, but has a number of improvements. The Imbel MD97 assault rifle family consists of 3 models with different dimensions and weight. The MD97 family can be fed from standard STANAG magazines. Assault rifles are available with fixed folding butt stocks. Rifles can be equipped with accessories such as sound suppressors and optical sights. The barrel life is a relatively short 6,000 rounds. The MD97 also has a brass deflector. The MD97L is intended for the Brazilian Armed Forces, a similar design to the Imbel MD2 with a gas-operated action with rotating bolt. The L stands for leave or light. This assault rifle is chambered for standard NATO 5.56 x 45 mm rounds. It has a selective fire mode changer and fires in single, burst and full auto modes. It can penetrate 3.5 mm of ballistic plate at a distance of 600 meters. It is the only MD97 family rifle that can be fitted with an under-barrel grenade launcher. MD97LC carbine is a shortened single-shot mode-only version of the MD97L, intended for police forces. The LC stands for leave cartouche or light short. It has reduced weight and length. It can penetrate 3.5 mm ballistic plate at a distance of 300 meters. MD97LM carbine is a single and fully automatic model probably intended for the Brazilian Army Special Forces. It is an assault rifle with a sound suppressor and grenade launcher with a Picatinny rail for various sights and accessories. The ALAC M1911 pistols. Project Colt. Imbel acquired a manufacturing license for the M1911 pistol, and has exported pistols to the United States of America through Springfield Armory, Inc. since 1985. It produces 380 ACP 9mm Parabellum, 40 S&AMP W and 45 ACP models. All Springfield Armory, Inc. 1911s with an Imbel, Brazil, stamp start on Imbel's production lines.